Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Chuck, and this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And there's a lot of wine in front of me, the most wine that we've ever had on a table on the Thunder Show. And it's part of a whole big scene. And I figured, you know what? How about a glimpse into the life episode? So what you're seeing here is part of something that I've become an advisor to, a new company called tastingroom.com. Mott linked that up. A company that met this guy Tim and got introduced and said you should look at it. It might be something you're interested in investing in or getting involved in. And sure enough, I was just blown away by not only him, Tim, the entrepreneur behind this, and a guy who grew up in the wine industry and the tech industry, so near and dear to my heart, but just the concept. And so what Tasting Rooms does is it takes a full bottle and it converts into 13 of these little, almost like tasting size sampled bottles, and then they sell these packs where you get a 6-pack, and they've got a whole bunch of different stuff on their site, tastingroom.com. And so you should definitely check it out. Full disclosure, I'm involved. Nothing serious, so if you don't want to check it out, knock yourself out. But two, I have to taste these wines to pick a 6-pack Wine of the Month club for my brand. So there's going to be a Gary Vaynerchuk Wine of the Month brand club available on tastingroom.com. Now, because it's a winery, registered as a winery, there's a lot of states that it can ship to that Wine Library retail can't. So some of you might be able to get this that don't normally have the ability of getting wine from Wine Library. So that's exciting and interesting. And it allows me to really stay on top of stuff, hit a new market, do cool stuff. So it's really cool. And I figured, I was setting up here and was getting a little later. Dad and I got into this 3-hour epic meeting. I was like, wait a minute. So I was going to taste this and then do the show, which was going to get real. I was excited about that, Mod. I was going to be telling everybody how tipsy I got. I said, you know what? Let's just make this the show. So really interesting. First, I want to apologize to the Big Blue Nation for underestimating the Giants on Monday night. I was wrong. But I'm going to give my predictions. Who do the Giants play this week?
This is their bye.
This is their bye. I predict the Giants will not lose this week, and I predict that the New York Jets will defeat the Green Bay Packers, though I have to admit I'm nervous, and here's the key.
They're out there, right?
No, it's here.
Oh, it's home.
It's here. I will be there. Mott, I'm a little nervous, and I'll tell you why. The Jets have struggled with scrambling quarterbacks, and Aaron Rodgers moves a lot in the pocket, but I'm still going to go 23-17 Jets in a hard-fought game. I am concerned about the Packers. So I actually can't see which wines these wines are. If you get, Mott, give me the camera real quick. I just want, this is so cool. I'm enjoying the show. It's so real. It's how we like to do it. Just give me this. Thanks, pal. As you can see, I'm only seeing the backs, so I can't see which wines I'm about to taste. So I kind of thought, why not do, and I may turn this into a 2-day episode. This may be an episode tomorrow as well, because I got to taste them. So you might as well sit through them with me. Why don't we just I'm literally going to randomly pick, 4 of these right now and review them for you on the spot. Cool, right? I'm excited about this one. So here we go.
Potluck.
Potluck, baby. The first wine is the 2008 Goose Cross Napa Valley Chardonnay. Mott, you're in for a doozy here.
Ooh,
How is it?
got it.
You did, huh? Not bad. So, the one downside is I have no idea what the suggested retail of the 750s are, but Mott, you can, if you want to do a little extra work, go to the site and check these if you want. Here, you might as well take them. You can check, and maybe when you scroll across the bottom here, you can show the suggested resale. But Goose Cross, it's not usually that expensive. Now, here's what you get out of a 50 ml. So you can see it's kind of like a tasting glass, kind of basically what I pour when I do the show. And obviously when you get them in 6-packs, it's kind of almost a half bottle. So really cool stuff, really exciting. Wait till you go to the site. You should definitely check it out and pass it on. Great gifts. I can see corporate buying a bunch of these, so I'm really excited about it as a side. A little sniffy sniff. So it's got kind of the oaky thing going on, a little bit of green apple, a little bit of a creamy oak. Let's give it a sniffy sniff one more time. Little hit of peach fuzz as well. Let's give it a whirl. Not too over the top oaky, which is radical. Crisp on the finish. It is buttery and oaky, so it's not too over the top, but it's clearly there. Finishes with a little bit more alcohol than I would have liked. And, but all in all, a really solid wine, well made. It's okay. Solid Chardonnay. It will not be in my monthly wine pack. It's an 87-point wine. Doesn't really do that much for me, but I don't think it's really too expensive either. So it's an okay start, but nothing special. Let's move on. See another little white type thing here. I'm in the mood for white. Fess Parker, Santa Rita Hills, 2007, Ashley's Chardonnay. Fess Parker, you know, as you may know, is the original Davy Crockett. It's tough to rent. You know, this is the one challenge with this show. You got to be real economical on the rinse. I feel like a boozer. You know, you always see like these 50 mLs. I always associate them with like people like on planes and stuff. So Fess Parker. So let's see what's going on here. It's the Ashley Chardonnay, which is usually a premium chard, like a $25, $30 chard, from what I remember, for full bottles. Little sniffy sniff, really creamy on the nose. I really like it. Apple coming through as well. Pretty nose. Let's give it a whirl. That's really good. Much more weight than the prior Chardonnay. I like this gorgeous apricot meets marzipan fruit meets green apple, long finish, good weight. Overall, really classic style Chardonnay, almost Burgundian-like, believe it or not, like from Chasson, little Chasson Montrachet style. Very clean, well made. I like it. It's a very, very good wine, and I think well worth the price point. And I gotta admit, there's a lot more to go here, but that has a shot to be in the pack. This is a 91-point wine to me. Kudos to Fess Parker. Good wine. Real good. I like it, and I like it a lot. You know what? I'm going to turn this into an all-white show, and then I'll do an all-red show for you tomorrow, which I'll tape right now. Let's go over here. Amista, which I've never even heard of. 2007 Dry Creek Chardonnay from the Morning Song Vineyard. This is funny, huh, Matt?
It's so funny when you're holding the bottles. It's so easy to hold the big ones.
Yeah.
Like,
But you're getting the labels for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. I really feel like I'm in a science project. This is such an awesome way to like do a tasting. Like you can taste so many different wines. I mean, I like it, man. I like it, clearly. I'm putting my time and money where my mouth is. Snippy snip. I get a little bit of a peach fuzz on the nose, so peach is coming through today a lot. Tight nose. I almost get like a little like a rubbing alcohol coming through the nose, so that's not as exciting. Let's give it a whirl. Too sweet for me. Just a little too sugarified. It's okay, but a little bit below average for me. This is more like an 82, 81 point wine. Not really feeling it. I give it a pass. Has no shot of getting in. I'm sorry, Amista. I'm sure you make great wines, but I apologize. Your 07 Chard doesn't do it for me. Let's move on. All right, let's do some of this. What is this here? Peterson, 2009, Timbercrest Farms, Sauvignon Blanc from Dry Creek Valley. Peterson, very good Zinfandel producer. I've been a fan of their stuff for a long time. Come on, little rinse. Okay, let's see what's going on. So now we did some Chardonnays. We're going now lighter, back to a Sauvignon Blanc. So we need to keep that in mind as we're tasting through this. A little snippy sniff. A little bit of grassiness, a little pineapple. So it's really nice, fresh Sauvignon Blanc. Let's give it a whirl. pretty good. As you guys know who watch the show, I'm not really a fan of Sauvignon Blanc from California in general. I always kind of like poo-poo it. But this comes across really nice, kind of like ruby grapefruit flavors coming through. I get a little fig. I like the weight. It's clean. It's fresh. It's not bad. I kind of like it. Good, solid Sauvignon Blanc. I scored 89 plus points. I don't think it's going to make the pack because there's a lot more to taste. But in general, it's a very serviceable, solid wine. I don't know if it's the little bottles, Mott, but I feel like I could do more. I'm kind of moving here, right? Like, it's fun. Let's go over here. So this is his winery, Tim's winery, the guy behind Tasting Room. So I'm not going to taste it. I don't think that'd be fair. Trattori Roussan. Actually, it's a Roussan. I'd like to taste it. I should bash it and hurt his feelings. Trattori where is it? Vintage 09. So we're going to pass on that. Let's see what this is. That's another Fest Parker. I don't want to do that. Let's see. Here we go. Jacuzzi family. Giulia's Vernaccia from Carneros. A Vernaccia from Carneros. So an Italian white wine varietal from Carneros. This is very interesting. So let's give it a little rinse. This is fun. All right. So to me, this is a really interesting concept. You know, very much in my wheelhouse. Very much, you know, I'm thinking about doing maybe a live Gary Vaynerchuk. What do you guys think about this? Question of the day. What do you think about having a pack? It's going to end up being $19.99 or $29.99 in that range. Having the pack and then doing like a live Ustream version of Wine Library TV once a month where I'm tasting the pack with you guys. Could be really cool, Mott. Oh, and which reminds me, we got to do a Thanksgiving secret pack. Let's keep that in mind and let's prep that soon. Sniffy sniff on the Vernaccia, which again is a varietal that we're much more used to seeing from Italy than from California. I'm shocked. Little sniffy sniff. And interesting. Get a little melon, little cove, little spiciness, white spices coming through. Let's give it a whirl. Much more varietally correct than I would have thought, meaning this tastes like an Italian white wine more than a California wine. A lot of times like Cabernet Franc, so different from the Loire Valley than what we see in California. But they didn't mess this up. At the same token, it's not so unbelievable. It's solid-esque. I mean, if this was a $15 to $18 retail wine, I could wrap my head around it. Probably worth 12, 9 to 13. But 15 wouldn't, hurt my feelings. It's okay. To me, it's like an 87-point wine. It's got good, crisp, clean flavors, vibrant white flowers, and a little bit of a melon kind of cantaloupe thing on the finish. So in general, solid, but not incredible. Definitely won't make the pack that I do, but definitely not something I'm angry at. Should we do one more? Yeah, why not, man? Yeah?
Oh.
Eat it up. I love the fans, All right, let's do one really close to me. So here, let's do this one. Not Trattoria, right? Let's do this one. All right, this is Whitehall Lane Tross. Look at this. You're gonna like this. No label yet. This is the Whitehall Lane 09. Got it? Tross Sauvignon Blanc. Let's give it a good rinse. Super fun. Mott, I don't know if you know, but the Jets have the best record in the NFL.
Did they?
Along with the Steelers. Dirty Steelers. That's going to be a big game. They play the Steelers this year.
When?
December 21st.
Here or there?
There, and I'm going.
Are you really?
I'm going to go. So get ready, Pittsburgh!
Cold.
This Maniac's coming to town maybe on that Saturday night. All the Pittsburgh crew. If you guys want to get together, maybe we'll do a tasting. Let's do that. Sniffy sniff. Very vibrant colors on the nose. Aromas, very tropical. Papaya, guava. Oh, I like this nose. I'm starting to get a little weird. Maybe I'm turning towards the dark side and enjoying Sauvignon Blanc from California. Let's give it a whirl. pretty good. Great acidity, little grassiness. Love the bell pepper, green fig, like a underripe fig, very green fig flavors. Very good. Might sneak into the pack. I'm not kidding. I like this one. I was going to score 90 points. A 90-point California Sauvignon Blanc. I'm very impressed with this effort by Whitehall Lane. Very clean, very crisp, very delicious. Green peppers, that whole thing. Dynamite. Really good effort from a winery I think is vastly underrated in general for the amount of wine they produce. If you've been to Napa, if you're going down 29, stop by Whitehall Lane in general. I'm very impressed with those guys. Very good stuff. So really, really fascinating. What a fun kind of way to taste. I don't know if it's the format or because I'm not giving you as much backstory on the price that it goes quicker with these little wines, or maybe just because it's smaller, I'm going quicker. It's more of a nimble play. It's like dominoes in here. I almost had like an effect here. But that is the white wine version of the show. The question of the day was, obviously I asked that side question, but overall question of the day is, what do you think of half bottles? In between, kind of, this is the small stuff, but half bottles. Are you drinking half bottles? We've been seeing a huge movement in half bottle sales at Wine Library, premium half bottles. More and more people looking for that play for a Tuesday or Thursday night as more Americans drink wine on an everyday basis. What is your take on splits, aka half bottles, aka 375 milliliter bottles of wine? You, with a little bit of me, we are changing the wine world.